Hey, I'm recording this intro to the video one last time. So, I built a power amplifier using vacuum tubes myself, and this project was easy and cheap, which is usually not the case when you're building a high quality power amplifier. But I got around some of the things that usually stop me from doing such a project by using simple topology, so not a complicated design that I could build in 2 days, and also using recycled transformers for the output transformers, which are very high quality and also very cheap if you are able to find them. But I did. So without going into too much detail, the amplifier is something that maybe shouldn't even work, and most people would certainly not build it this way, but I did, and I'm very happy I did. And I'm gonna take you along with me just to show what you can do. And there's certainly a lot of room in the future to work on this project, but right now I wish you a lot of fun with the video. I got some cleaning up to do here, but the concept anyways is a Darling amplifier, the Bob Danielak design with the 8532W Triode, which I have here for the preamplifier stage. And for the output, I think I'm going to try the EL84. That should have a little bit more power and match my speakers a little better. So this is what I'm gonna use as a chassis. It's one of the Beyond Repair radios that I scavenge parts from, and I'm just gonna use it as a chassis. It has these 4 tube bases still left in it, and I also reinstalled the glass plate because it kind of doesn't come across that well, but it's absolutely gorgeous. This one has a nice date stamped on it, 1959. Here's the second one. I went to check out the pinout for the tubes, and I realized I made a mistake, and I don't have the sockets for the preamplifier tubes. This is a 7-pin socket. Okay, everything else aside, I've wired in now the heater windings for the power tubes here, and I stock by the power supply. This is a tube testing / product development power supply. Soviet technology, East German technology actually, but this should be a good power supply for 2 EL84s. So I got an umbilical cord made up here. The device is made for 220 volts, so I have to use dropping resistors for the heater windings, but that's okay. The rest of the voltages I can adjust. Okay, so both of our crusty mystery tubes are working. Real crusty. The voltage is a little bit low with the 1 ohm, so I'm gonna try changing it out, but I really love seeing this. So I got 2 of the 1 ohm resistors in parallel for the heating. Basically the question is, can you run an EL84 straight from your phone without needing a preamp section? So we're gonna do an experiment to find out. Heater voltage on the multimeter, and then I have the grid, so the input to the tube and the output of the tube on the 2 scope channels. So if we just turn this on, we can see the grid has now gone into the negative here, and our heater voltage is climbing slowly. And as that warms up, our tube is starting to conduct, so that's the output. So we've got a speaker and the source connected now. I think it's turned on. And I thought we wouldn't get a lot of sound from it, but no, it's plenty loud. The proper output transformers are both in, and I've been having a look in my parts pile. This is sort of a reuse project, but I'm definitely trying to go audiophile with it. So for the power supply, I am going to add a filter stage. Another change from the mock-up that I just showed you. I am going to use the ground trace, which runs through here, to get this circuit back to the umbilical cord, and that way I'm not grounding anything through the chassis, which should improve things.
The tires, please. Easy, you have a lot of time. So that's very good. Wiring input and outputs is never fun. I guess kind of all steps of amplifier building are not really that fun when you're looking at it in isolation. I'll tell you about it when I can come up with something that's just really nice. I guess what I'm trying to say is what's really nice and also satisfying about what I'm doing here is more the end result than the process. And I'm going to change out these capacitors. Those removed. Okay, so I put in 15 nano, and from listening to it, I am thinking should at least double or even quadruple that. If we go ahead and cannibalize this amp any further, we can use these 0.1 microfarad, which are really my best signal capacitors. Look, I got FKP, UMass. We're gonna go with that. a quick look from the bottom, I added a resistor to a 500k resistor to slowly drain the power supply. I rectified a mistake where I put the full B+ on the chassis, but luckily I'm very suspicious of myself and my constructions, so I checked that before I had a chance to electrocute myself. I might change the operating point of this and the power supply voltage, because I can do that as I please with the power supply I got. But that might be a second video. For now, I'm gonna sign out. Okay, I figured I can't let you go without a little sound description of this thing. So some of the things that work well are where it is able to uncover tone. Another thing that this amp does really well is there could be like a liveliness in the sounds, in like a small kind of way that it's able to uncover. What it doesn't do well on is recordings that kind of live on a sense of tactility from like little micro kind of details that get smoothed over a little bit. So that amp actually worked really well on taking care of the treble overemphasis. I know I have two factors in the system that can create this emphasis, which is number one, my converter, and number two, I'm using Silk Dome tweeters now. But this amp sort of just made it right, so that things that sounded sibilant before are now sort of seem just right. One recording that I always go back to is Stormzy's album Heavy is the Head. If the sibilance is right on that recording, I am pretty confident that the system is good. One of the first albums that ever really hit me in the feels when I was a little kid was the James Blunt album, and that sounds, I don't know what it is, if there's a bad master on Tidal or something, but it sounds like it was recorded with like a OPA 134 in a mint can run by a 9-volt battery kind of setup. And this amp absolutely preserves that without creating horrible interactions with the recording, puts it through to the speakers, and it's kind of charming like that. So that's why I'm so happy with this project. It basically got me everything that I really wanted, that I needed for my system right now to progress from these like sort of cheaper solid state amplifiers that I've been listening with, which is what's available to us when we start to put together a system. So the best amp in the world ever? Maybe. But a good amp to get you started in some serious listening, or something to switch in and out maybe sometimes, definitely.